Yeah, Grand Anse has changed dramatically in 40 years. I mean, now it's this expansive, beautiful university campus. Back in 1983, it was literally like maybe 8 single-floored, whitewashed buildings. But a lot of money has gotten sunk into it since then. And this is the airfield from True Blue campus. You can barely see it, but over there, the little white dome looking thing, the frame, and that's the monument beside the airfield. There's a few things that are the same, but there's a few things that are changed. For example, the water tanks on top, that's the same water tank. I swear that's the same tower. I don't think they changed that either. And this strip of land right over there, that's where we had the memorial service for Ritz and Epps right before we got on the plane and headed back home. Second Battalion, guys.
They had as they responded to our missions during Operation Perseverance. I'm also very delighted to see some of my Rangers who joined me jumping in on the Salinas airfield here, about 500 feet with no reserve parachutes, and somebody on the high ground was shooting at us. I still couldn't figure that out.
Butcher. Gary X.
John D. Carrier.
Philip S. Rainier.
Kevin J. Lennon.
Keith J. Lucas.
John D. Medina.
Kevin E. Lundberg.
Marvin R. Maynard.
Stephen L. Morris.
Mark A. Bradley.
Dinesh Rajbandari.
Michael F. Ritz.
Russell L. Robinson.
Robert R. Chandler.
Jeffrey R. Shaver.
Jeff F. Siegel.
Stephen E. Slater.
Mark O. Imani. We have a 21st song for those individuals who were here in '83 but left intact. It was behind us gave their lives and stayed here. Those who left with injuries, wounded, both physically and psychologically at times. One serviceman that I met 5 years ago here, Harry Shaw, Army Sergeant Harry Shaw, who lost him here in a friendly fire accident just a mile up the road from the 87th. Rest in peace, Harry. Thank you.
All right, we're on the top of the hill looking down in what was the Cuban compound. The buildings, some of them are still there, but most are rebuilt. This would have been right about where this would have been probably CSC Company and the end of Alpha Company, located in this area right here. Now, I've done this walk before, but the difference is this time I brought my wife Alice along. It's the first time she did the long walk. You can see the view of the ocean from here. You can see everything from here. Now, right here, you see the two hills, one here and one there. Those are the two hills that Bravo Company had to fight down, and Captain Ritz was killed at about in between the two hills, located right about here, from what I understand. Now, most of the compound, I'll put up a picture right here that shows you what it looked like back then. But most of the compound has been rebuilt, but you can still see similarities. The big thing, you notice there's a major highway now that goes right around where the Cuban compound was. All right, this is the road leading down. Now, when we were here, it was a dirt road. But again, more view of the Cuban compound. There's some new stuff. There's like a futuristic looking area over there. Space age looking buildings. And you can see from the other side, you can see the airport. We're getting close to where my fighting position was. But you can see the airport from here. And, you know, back then you could see the naval ships that were out in the harbor. All right, this is a tricky one. We're trying to... There is so much new. In fact, this house right here, that may have been the house, but that's like a brand new house. Look at that thing. It is nice. So I'm still searching for the house I was at, but there's a chance it might be gone. All right, we're getting no luck here. And unfortunately, this is the first year where things changed so much that I just can't find it again, and it's too bad. There was a lady on the porch there who invited us in her house, and we talked to her, and she said, well, no, that's not you. I don't remember you, and it wasn't this house. But we did ask, and so we're just gonna keep going. This trail right here, this was also a dirt trail. Everything was dirt back then, but it was a dirt trail leading down to the airport. Here's one. You can see the airport in the distance. And there was an anti-aircraft gun located on top of this hill. All right, this is a view from a spur leading down to the airfield. You can see it over there. But this one overlooks that area right down there is where the 82nd Artillery would have first fired their initial rounds. Actually, I take it back. Their first rounds were fired on the other side of the airfield, and then they realized, holy crap, we're shooting over the airfield. We got to move to the other side so we don't shoot our own planes by accident. So they moved over here to, and you can see from this distance a flat face of a cliff, and that flat face was there 1983 also, and I'll show you a picture of it right here. The very first day, and we had been off the plane all of maybe 30 minutes, but it was before the BTR-60 attack. And what it was is the position of the house was located where I have my sniper point, and it was also like the company CP was that house over there somewhere, the one we can't find this year. But we walked over here, and I think 1st Platoon was dug in around this hill, and there was mortars on the other side of it. But as we walked from that house along this dirt trail, it was me, Captain Jacoby, and a couple others. I think it was Sergeant Singbush and maybe one other. But as we were walking along, from down here in that thick area, there was a either PRA or Cubans with AK-47s. They opened up full auto on us, and amazingly enough, even though they opened up full auto on us, from you can see from that bush to over here is all of maybe 30 meters at the most, 50 meters. So 50 meters, full automatic AK-47s. The bullets went in between every single one of us and didn't hit a single one of us. Now we all hit the dirt, and I rolled over and I fired a magazine. I had a sniper rifle, but I fired quick snapshot just to fire in the bushes because I'm trying to scare them away. And whatever was in these bushes took off running, went the other direction, and then we were able to get up and get back to the CP over here. But yeah, this is the area that the very first time I ever was shot at in combat was right here.
Much later.
Sunset. Third day we are in Grenada. Tomorrow we go home. So this is our last sunset. Little rainstorm during our sunset. Alice is running for cover. I'm going to sit out here because it doesn't feel that bad.
Your valleys and your farms, and you'll no longer burn to be brothers in arms.
The next day.
All right, they just called my name out over the intercom to go to gate 5. So I'm either going to get arrested or I'm going to get bumped up to first class. Don't know. It's going to be cool either way.
Through these fields of destruction, baptisms of fire, I've witnessed your suffering as the battle raged high, and though it had been so bad, in the fear and alarm, you did not desert me, my brothers in arms. There's so many different worlds, so many different suns, and we have just one world, but we live in different ones.
Had to get assistance there because we didn't have a window seat. Now comes the worst part of any trip ever. In Chicago, it took 2.5 hours to get through customs. In Newark, it took 1.5 hours. All right, we're gonna time this one. I'm hoping to God Miami got their head out of their ass and they're much better. We shall see.
5 minutes later.
Holy cow, efficiency. Every single booth is open. Unlike Chicago, they had 2 booths open. They've got like 30 or 40. We got through the customs line in a matter of like, I don't know, 5 minutes. Holy cow. Chicago was the worst. Newark, no, I take it back. Newark was the worst. Chicago was the second. Miami? Miami's doing great so far. It's awesome.
15 minutes later.
All right, this was kind of amazing. Look at the time there. We went through customs, through baggage check, through recheck, the whole thing, maybe, I don't know, 25 minutes. Miami is lit. This place is booming, man. Chicago sucks. Newark sucks. Both of those took hours and hours and hours. We actually have like an hour and a half before our connecting flight. In Chicago, we had, I don't know, negative minutes. The flight had already shut the doors behind, showed up because of the customs. This place is great.